I wanted to share a very interesting dream, very powerful dream I just had almost like wow, actually like maybe like an hour ago. Um I had this dream at 3:09. So let me start the dream. So in this dream I was at this apartment complex. It was a big apartment complex. It was the one that I went to Myrtle Beach. It was over there. Um But yeah, I went to the balcony. I was inside the apartment. I went to the balcony to see if I wanted to go to the beach. But it was a huge beach. Like there was no sand. There was like no sand, but just the ocean. It was just the ocean. And then I looked out to the far left, and there was a huge storm. There was like three, and they were just like all bundled up together. Just it looked like a huge storm started to form, and the tornado started to form in the corner of where I was on the beach. And so I looked at everybody. Everybody was a bunch of people, like they were like partying. I think one guy had like they were doing footballs and stuff. And I'm like looking at the storm like, why am I looking at the storm like this? And so I went down to the beach. I got on my swimming trunks and I went down to the beach. And I just like, as soon as I went to just step there, it was just water. Like it was just, I stepped inside the water immediately as I was leaving the apartments. But the water wasn't deep. It was like leveled. And so I went out to the ocean to see what was going down. And everybody was just having so much fun and, partying, just, just having so much fun. I was the one who looked very concerned because I'm like, there's a storm, and the storm started getting huge and huge. The storm started getting big, like the storm started getting very, very big. And then as I was walking, this girl came up to me on my side. She said that what if the rapture happened right now? And I looked at her and I was like, I was very concerned if the rapture was about to happen. And so, and then somebody had threw something at me. Somebody had called my name, Daquan, Daquan, and somebody threw something at me. And I was like, who threw that at me? And I saw the guy who threw it at me. So I ran, and it was a fence. There was a huge fence right there. There was a fence. As I was running straight, and there was a fence right there, and there was a building right there. And so I ran inside the fence. I opened the fence, and I saw the guy. It was a tall white. It was a my somebody my height, a skinny white guy. And I asked him, why did you throw that at me? And then somebody else threw a bottle at me, like a cola bottle with water in it, and threw it at me. And I was like, that's when I grabbed his shoulders and was shaking him, saying, why would you do that? I'm gonna beat you up or something like that. And then just not really, not gonna beat him, just like playing around almost. And then that's when I looked and I saw the storm in the background, and then that's when I saw this light, and then as I was shaking the guy, he was looking at the light, and I was thinking that it's the sun, it's just the sun. And then his mouth was like, and then I looked, and like I saw this altar. Okay, so I drew the picture the best I can. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, I should have darkened it, but y'all can see that a tiny bit. And so I don't know what's doing. I'm gonna explain this. I'm gonna try to explain the drawing. I need like a curtain or something to cover the whiteness. Um, but but yeah. So let me see. Let me Google a picture of what I saw so y'all could get the full picture of it, because it's better because I drew it, but it's not the best drawing. But the first thing I saw a golden altar. There was like a golden, like it was like a shape of a rectangular prism. It was right there, and on top of it was a golden dish. The golden dish, it was like a this size, a golden dish, and there was petals. There was like red rose petals inside the golden dish, and there was Let me draw the stairs. Let me see. Yeah, but let me see. We go to it real quick. Let me see the best description because okay. All right, here it is. So let me see. Come on, load. I'm sorry, but I'm explaining some more as this thing loads. There was more too. There was the stairs were all white. The stairs was white. Okay, here it is. It looked like this. And so, but in the scene, the stairs were going this way. There was a building on this side, and there was a golden altar. There was one, two, three. There was three big, chunky looking golden altars with just rows. It was like dishes inside of them. And I turned to look to see. I was right by the building, so I turned to look to see who it was, and it was Jesus. I was like, oh snap! I was just like shocked because I didn't know who it was. But that's when I started to walk up the steps to get a closer look to see who it was. And as I was walking, I was just it was very short steps. It was very short, and there was a rainbow. There was a beautiful rainbow. There was a beautiful rainbow. Like that rainbow was like the rainbow like went like this. That was actually the first thing I saw. After I saw the light, I saw like a rainbow form. It was just formed over the rainbow, over the throne, and there was just three golden altars. It went all the way up, and now there was jewels. There was like little gems inside the altars, and then so I went up there. I went to his throne. He I drew this. This is the best I can draw. Yeah, I can't even see that either. Let me see if I get. Let me see if I get a picture because I'm really excited to share this dream. Let me see. I'm gonna try to go. I'm gonna go on Google. I'm gonna try to get the best looking picture of how he honestly looked. Okay. So basically, it looked like this, but the throne was It was a rectangle, and the throne, and like it was a very small little. It was very small. It was like a rectangle at the top, and it went all the way down like this, and went like this. It went like this. The chairs were like this way. When you sit like this, you know how a chair is. When you have like you sit in the back like this, and you sit down, but it was like all stone, and so I went to his throne, and I stood before him. He had a white beard. His beard was white. It was like this. It was a white beard, and it was white, long white hair. And his skin was it was a dark hair, a dark. Basically, it was Revelations. Basically, it was just like Revelations. It was just like that. And then he spoke to me with his voice. Oh my goodness, his voice was like a lion. You know how a lion growls like roar, but every time he spoke, he roared. Like every time he spoke of say a sentence, it roared. Like let me see. Okay, so the first thing he said, "I love you, my son," and like it roared. That was like I was like, oh, I was kind of scared. I was like, man, that is power right there. I was thinking, man, I must be did something wrong. And I was thinking I did something wrong, but then that's when after he said, I love you, my son, I ran down the stairs because his voice was just power. I ran all down the stairs, and then that's when he stopped me. Like I stood like this, like I stood still. And then that's when I fell on my knees and I felt just the power, just the presence of God. Just like I felt like just fire just said whoosh. And I said glory. And then I ran back up the stairs, and he told me, like he spoke to me. He like I couldn't like his mouth wasn't moving, but he spoke in my mind. Like he used dots. He spoke with his with my like basically like that. And he said to be prepared with his lying voice, to be prepared. Stay ready, stay in prayer, be prepared. He kept saying this all over again. He kept saying it over and over again. And then I was just getting very anxious and like getting very nervous because I thought I did something wrong, but he kept saying the same thing in my mind. And then he kept saying the same thing over and over again, to be prepared, to stay ready, to keep him, to keep praying, to keep seeking his face, to keep praying. He kept saying all these things, like his voice was just like it was like, you need to listen, like you need to like follow God, like you needed to follow him because he is the way, he is the truth. And I think he said that too. I think he said, for I am the way, the truth, and the life. He said that. And I looked, and I looked to my left, and I saw darkness. I saw like darkness, and I saw this guy, like it was like a demon or something. I don't know who it was, but he was just sitting there on a black chair. And then I saw like these presents. There was like Halloween presents. It was purple and like green, like a pumpkin, a Halloween pumpkin on the pump on the. And then that's when Jesus Christ stood up. He literally got off his throne and just grabbed my shoulders and saying, "Wait, to stay prepared, stay ready." I think the reason he said to keep ready, to stay prepared, be ready, be ready. Like his voice was just like ordered me to be ready, to stay prepared, because I've been asking the Lord and praying if I was gonna die or if I was gonna make the rapture or not. And so he showed me this dream as a confirmation that I think I did pray early before I got the dream about it. And so I'm not worried about none of those things anymore. I'm worried about if I'm gonna make the rapture or not. I'm worried about if I'm gonna die or not, because Jesus Christ told me to be prepared and to stay ready. So I'm gonna stay ready. I'm gonna be prepared. And then that's when, as she kept shaking, I got out the dream. And as soon like I was literally still asleep, but I could still hear his voice. I could still hear his voice just ordering me to be prepared, to stay ready. Like he was like meaning it. I was just sleeping on my bed, and my eyes was just closed. Like I got out the dream, but I kept my eyes closed, and I still kept hearing his voice. I still kept hearing his voice saying, "Be prepared, stay ready, be prepared." But yeah, and then I got up like, "Oh my goodness, I just had a dream about Jesus." It was kind of cool. But that's the whole dream. I'm sorry I couldn't share the pictures. I wish I could. I should color it. Maybe I should just color it and then share it to y'all. Um, and then yeah, I'm gonna just color it later and just share it to y'all. But yeah, that's the dream. Hope you find this thing very encouraging. I know many people right now are just skeptical whether or not just keep on focusing on him, because that dream was definitely a wake up call for me. Like he was like literally shaking me, waking from my like, this is to keep on, be prepared. Don't I think they'll focus on the left nor the right, but to keep focus on him only. Never to stumble, but keep focused on him. Because he is God. And but yeah, Jesus Christ looks so cool, man. Like, and oh yeah, I forgot to describe, but he had a white beard, a white fuzzy beard, and a long. His hair was like right here, I think, on his neck. It was about that. It was like long white hair, and he had a small little crown. His crown was like very small. It wasn't huge like this. It was like a very small crown, and he had a golden sash. He had a golden belt. I saw his legs and I saw his feet. He had sandals on. I saw his legs too. They were brown too. They were like a basic revelations. But yeah, that's the dream, brothers and sisters. Keep on focusing on Jesus. Don't worry about none of these things happening in this world, because that's the dream represents the storm. The storm is there, but you gotta keep focused on Jesus Christ. We see things in this world that is very bad, but we gotta keep a focus on Jesus Christ. But yeah, we find this dream very encouraging. God bless y'all.